Hello lovely kids and my viewers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the biggest festival and the first festival in India. Right, the first festival in the month of January is Sankranti, and it is considered to be a very big festival. Just listening to the name Sankranti, what comes first in your mind? Yes, kites and sweets. Sweets made out of jaggery like til papdi, gud papdi, chikki, revdi, tilkut, and the list is endless. Not only kite but also bonfires, feast, fairs, and puja and bathing in the Ganges or rivers and so many other things. Sure, you all must be ready with your parents on top of the terrace for flying with kites. Of course, you should, but only under the supervision of your parents. And of course, get a lot of vitamin D, especially in this kind of a situation. These corona times, they say you should get like a lot of vitamins, and especially vitamin D is very, very important. So, all ready, steady, and go on the terrace to make your kite fly high in the sky and to see whose kite is going the farthest. So, who would tell me what do you require for kite flying? Of course, lot of kites, not one or two, and all of different colors, shapes and sizes. And along with that, a roller and a thread. You should be very careful with the thread because if you're not careful, your hands, your cute little soft hands will get cut. So you should be very, very careful with the thread and do it under the supervision of your parents only. There are a lot of states which arrange for big kite festivals, and there are a lot of different types of kites. The size of the kite in the shape of a car, or so many other things which fly high in the sky. You need professionals to fly them because it's not so easy to fly such big kites, right? Although now every city, every state has this festival, and in every city and state we fly the kites, lot of people fly the kites, but majorly this is a festival which is celebrated in Gujarat. It marks the harvest festival on this auspicious day, and it is in the honor of Lord Sun. We pray the Lord Sun since the sun moves from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, and it is also known as Uttarayan. Do you know, in Mahabharata, Bhishma, he waited for the Uttarayan for his death. Do you know Sankranti, after whose name the festival is kept, killed a demon, Shankrasur, on this day? The following day of Sankranti is known as Karadin, which is also known as Kinkrat. On this day, Devi slayed the demon Kinkrasur. As I mentioned earlier, on this auspicious day, since it brings peace, prosperity and happiness, people take bath in sacred rivers like Ganges, Krishna, Kaveri, Yamuna, and it is believed that it absolves their sins. People express gratitude to sun god, and it is believed that this is the coldest day of the year and also marks the beginning of the spring season from the next day. So till now, you have understood as to what Sankranti is. I'm also going to tell you in different regions, states, what is this festival known as and on which day is it celebrated, because in some states it's celebrated on 13th or 14th or 15th. This is a 3-day festival actually. Now of course there has to be a small story along with this, otherwise how are you kids going to get interested, right? So I'm going to tell you a story about a little boy whose name was Manu. Now this Manu used to stay with his family, as in his father, mother and his brother and his younger brother near a big society. When this Manu used to see the children of his age having a lot of fun and having a lot of games and so many other things and enjoying life, he used to really feel sad and always used to crib to his father, saying that why are we like this and why are we not staying in this big society? His father used to just give him a small smile and never used to tell him as to like why the situation is like this. But of course, he used to say that we should always be happy with whatever we have in life. But since Manu was a small boy, he never used to understand. But every time he used to see all these other kids happily enjoying with their parents with big things, big good toys, expensive toys and all, he used to want them. Although this Manu used to get these used toys from the society people, but he was still not happy because he wanted his own toys. So after the day of Sankranti came, and there was a big shop outside the society where he saw there were a lot of kites and the children from the society was coming and buying. Although a lot of children offered him to buy the kites, but he did not. And he went back to his father sobbing, saying that I also want the kite. But his father was very smart. He wanted his son to be happy. So he said, let's make a kite. We'll make a kite for you. He arranged some thread from somewhere. And what he did to make a kite was he collected 3 papers and joined all the papers, and then it became not this small kite, but it became so huge kite with 3 different papers, a long kite. Seeing this, Manu was so excited that he has a special kite. Nobody had that kind of a kite. And then he was ready to fly the kite up high in the sky with his father, of course. So they went on the open ground nearby, and from there they started flying the kite. And Manu, as the kite was flying higher, he was getting more happy and happy. And after a certain point of time, the kite reached at a place that it was the highest it could go. And seeing this, Manu was very happy. Still not satisfied though. So he said, Father, please leave the thread, loosen the thread so that it can fly more high. To which the father said, Manu, I think the kite is flown very high, and now the thread is also over. So we should just cut the thread from here and let the kite fly, because if we cut the thread with the breeze, it's going to fly more high and then it's going to go somewhere. Listening to this, Manu got ready and he said okay, and he left the roller pin. And you know what happened? From there, the kite flew a little higher, but later it started coming down because the breeze had stopped. And when it started coming down, Manu saw that it is coming down and he got tense and he started running after the kites. Lot of kids do this, no, to catch a kite so that kite becomes there. So while running, when the kite was coming down, he saw that the kite had stuck in the tree, which of course often happens. Most of the kites get stuck in the tree and then finally tears off. But when Manu saw his own kite stuck in the tree, he just climbed the tree. What he saw was that the kite was giving a shed to a nest where there were 2 little small birds. Seeing this, he just came down from the tree. When his father asked him, why didn't you pick up the kite from there? He said, Papa, my kite was providing a shed to the little birds on the tree in the nest. So I did not want to disturb the birds. Hence, I did not take the kite back. Listening to this, the father was really overwhelmed. He thought that his son is so thoughtful. Though he cribs on small, small things, seeing the other children of his own age, but then he's such a sensitive boy. And his father hugged him and patted his back, and he was very happy. So, my little children, tell me, what did you learn from this story? We learned from this story first that we should always be happy with what we have in our life. Secondly, that we should always stay united in the family and stand by each other. Always, like the father wanted to give happiness to his little son Manu, so he made a kite, and which was a very different kind of a kite, which made him feel happy. And we should, as a family, think about the happiness of each other. So, children, before I sign off, please subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos with your friends and family, and stay tuned for my upcoming stories. And of course, once again, wish you a happy Makar Sankranti.